Vincent Phillips, the lightweight champion at 132, and Nick Koukouris, the light welterweight champion. Kenneth Gold at welterweight, 147, and Michael Moorer at 156 pounds. Anthony Hembrick, 165, the middleweight title. Lauren Ross, he's now 3 pieces of gold from this tournament, and Michael Bent winning his 2nd gold medal as the heavyweight. And Alex Swallow, your closing comments in the wake of the national championships.
Well, Keith, I think that there is the core of a very strong U.S. team here. I do not think they will come out of this tournament and go into the World Championships in Reno next month able to compete on a par with the great Cuban team, with the Soviet team, and the Eastern Bloc countries. But I think there's enough raw material here that down the road, Pat Nappy and Roosevelt Sanders, the national coaches, can put together a team that will represent us very well in Seoul in 1988.
And we look forward to visiting with you from
Villa
Reno.
Roma Country Club. And Sam Rosen, Gil Clancy, back at Villa Roma Country Club, site of Fight Night tonight. Glad you're with us. And coming up is welterweight contender Aaron Davis going against Curtis Summit. Aaron Davis is getting fine-tuned for the moment that he's dreamed about for several years, and that is a chance to fight for the welterweight championship. He will be taking on Mark Breland in July for one of the 3 titles. Aaron Davis, always flashy. He's got the sequin trunks, and he is in the ring for the first time since January. Obviously feeling he needed a tune-up prior to that July fight, but as Gil mentioned right at the top, you feel he's taking a chance, Gil. Your mic isn't on. As soon as we get it going, we'll get your comments. I know that you were concerned about Aaron Davis taking a chance, even against a guy like Curtis Summit, who only has had 4 fights over the last several years, Gil.
He's been very inactive, Sam, but he went the distance with Kevin Pompey, who's a pretty tough welterweight. And again, if he hangs in there, strange things happen in fights. I mean, I've seen so many different accidents happen. I'd be worried if I was in Davis's corner until the final bell or the knockout occurs.
Since June of 1986, which is almost 4 years now, he's only had 3 fights. He was totally inactive in 1988. Fought Kevin Pompey, as you mentioned, December of '89, and has fought Burnell Phillips in February of this year. Curtis Summit, the opponent for Aaron Davis. We are set for the introductions. Let's go to Ed Darien.
Ladies and gentlemen, this next bout is scheduled for 10 rounds, and it's in a welterweight division. The referee is Harry Papa Karalambus. And now, my friends, the principals. First, in the blue corner, wearing the black trunks with the white trim. He weighed in at an even 150 pounds. This young pugilist has 15 wins, 4 losses, 1 draw, with 7 knockouts. All the way from Joliet, Illinois. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome to the Villa Roma Resort Hotel, Curtis Summit. And his opponent in the red corner, wearing the red sequin trunks. He weighed in at an even 151 pounds. Now, this young man is undefeated in 17 knockouts. He is currently ranked number 2 by and number 7 by the WBA. From the Bronx, New York, boxing fans, here is Aaron Superman Davis.
Aaron Davis, who will fight Mark Breland for the WBA welterweight championship in July. Harry Pop is the referee. Curtis Summit is 29 years old and was very active since turning pro in 1984, in April of '84, through June of '86. And then, as I mentioned, has fought only 3 fights since then. Won 1 and has lost his last 2 10-round decisions.
Seems all keyed up, though, Sam. All keyed up.
Break it up, let go. Let go. Step back.
The Summit not willing to listen to the referee's instructions. Aaron Davis fought Reese Smith in Kansas City January 26th and stopped him in the 3rd round. Good left hook by Summit, and Aaron Davis wiping his right eye.
Thought he might be cut.
Mark Freeland's trainer, Joe Fariello, who you saw earlier, the trainer of Junior Jones, is at ringside watching very intently, scouting Aaron Davis.
And Sam, it seems to me that Aaron Davis's right eye is starting to swell from that earlier left hook, and it's only the 1st round.
There is some swelling over that right eye.
Sam, over and under the right eye.
Davis very tentative to start this fight.
Well, he's a good boxer, Sam. It looks like he's just trying to figure Summit out, but while he's trying to figure Summit out, Summit's been the active guy. There's a good combination by Davis.
Now he opened up well.
But you can see how keyed up this Summit is.
Get back.
Curtis Summit, all action.
During the technical problems that Ed Darian had introducing the fighters for a while, I thought he was doing Billy Crystal's skit up there. You know.
Great.
You mean he wasn't?
Davis anxious to get back into it. But it's Summit taking the lead. Summit has been in with the likes of Troy Wortham, Kevin Howard, Tyrone Trice. He beat Howard, lost to Wortham in 10, was stopped by Trice in the 1st. Out from round 2, Curtis Summit in the black trunks, Aaron Davis in the red.
Good right hand by Summit. Getting off first, Sam. Fighting with a lot of confidence early in the fight.
Being very aggressive. Summit in excellent shape. His body looks great. Obviously, he sees this as a chance to turn his career around, Joe.
Look at all this motion. Seems to be puzzling Davis with this motion and this movement.
Joe Fariello, the trainer of Mark Freeland, watching intently, and he looked over at us between rounds and he showed some concern about the swelling in the right eye of Aaron Davis.
Well, again, as I mentioned before the fight, I mean, if I was Davis's trainer or manager and I had a title fight sewed up, I don't know what my guy would be doing in here tonight. Strange things happen. And you know, Summit has an imposing corner. He has Mike Capriano in the corner, who trained and managed Jake LaMotta. That's how far back Capriano goes. And Joe Davis, a former good amateur welterweight.
The pressure being applied by Curtis Summit. Just gotten word from the locker room that Ronaldo Snipes' right hand has been put in an air cast. It's believed to be fractured, and he's being taken to the hospital for x-rays.
Let go of that left arm.
Talk about a game guy. Fought that just about the entire fight with one hand.
And that'll be a setback for him. Another setback. I do have to disagree with what he said, though, Gil. He may be talking about $1 million purses, but at this stage, I think he should have taken the fight whatever was offered. And that's not a terrible offer. $400,000.
Absolutely. And Sam with the chance to win.
That's it.
Right back, right back.
Summit has been the man applying the pressure. Davis has been covering up for the most part and been very hesitant. This is not like the Davis that we're used to seeing. He's not establishing superiority at all.
Well, you can see he's falling for Summit's feint. Summit right now is the boss. Davis is going to have to do something to turn it around. And with his talent, he probably will. Good left hook to the body.
Davis is showing flashes, but has not been able to sustain.
See those heads in there?
Summit keeps boring in. End of round 2. Aaron Davis, holder of the NABF, North American Boxing Federation welterweight title, which he won November 30th when he beat Russell Mitchell, is in the red sequin trunks. In the black trunks, Curtis Summit.
And they worked on Davis's right eye with that end swell, Sam, between rounds.
Little writing on the right leg of Summit's trunks says, "Say no to drugs."
And that's good advice for anybody that's watching this fight.
Some holding going on in close. Now it's Davis who has turned it around on Summit.
Nice short
being
punches.
aggressive.
No question that Davis has all the tools. Throws those beautiful short punches. Billy Giles' trainer is outstanding in teaching combination punching.
I think Summit is a little tougher opponent than they would have liked, Gil.
Sam, this is a tough fight. The heads have been banging together. And Summit is fighting. He's not fighting like an opponent. He's fighting like he wants to win, and he's the aggressor.
You scored the first 2 rounds.
I gave the first 2 rounds to Summit.
I did too.
Just on being the busier guy, the guy that was getting off first. The brief flurries by Davis were not enough for him to win the round. And now Davis is holding inside.
Davis not showing much movement, not using the ring at all. He's so good when he pops and when he moves.
And Joey Fariello just looked over at me and shook his head again. He's certainly concerned.
Look at Summit work the right hand and land with it.
He threw that Tyson combination. Uppercut inside and bring it outside and bang the guy on top of the head.
Davis with a good 1-2 combination, but again not spinning off the ropes, allowing Summit to keep him pinned. And that right eye continues to
You just see Summit walk right back in there, Sam, and start firing punches again.
Swelling on the right eye of Aaron Davis. Summit winking to the crowd as Davis punches away. That's not going to help Curtis Summit.
That's not going to help him win the round either.
Davis starting to dig with that left hook, but Summit fires right back.
Sam took the play right away from him again.
This is round 3, scheduled for 10. And concern for welterweight contender Aaron Davis has to be mounting in his corner. Davis getting entangled with the referee, and now we'll go into the corner of Aaron Davis. Billy Giles.
Why you pulling up? You gotta be down and work your hands. Close your eyes. Come on, pick your hands. You gotta get your hands up. What you waiting on? You gotta put 4 or 5 together. You waiting on 2 punches.
Wait a minute. Let me do this first.
All right?
Work around.
Come here, man. Why don't you pick it up a little bit? Inside. You inside, right? But you ain't working. You didn't let the guy get off. Get your hands up.
Let me get your eyes. Get on the bar. Close your eyes.
Yo, rep.
Watch his head in there. I'm just asking him to back. Just relax. All right. Let me do this while he doing
Get your hands up. All right? You waiting too long. What you waiting on?
You gotta sit back.
You let the guy get off. What are you waiting on? You gotta get off.
Applying the end swell to the right eye, which may have been thumbed early in that first round, but there was a left hook in
Good
there.
left hook, Sam. And he didn't react as if he got thumbed. Normally when you get thumbed, they really squint their eye. It's much worse to get thumbed than to get hit with a good punch. But he did not react as if he was thumbed. He got hit with a pretty good left hook.
This is round 4, scheduled for 10. Welterweights Aaron Davis in the red, Curtis Summit in the black trunks. We're at the Villa Roma Country Club in Callicoon, New York. Glad you're with us for Fight Night. Still to come, our main event, Gino Gelormino and Jose Sanabria. Scheduled 10-round junior lightweight bout. Aaron Davis risking a title shot. He's got a title shot scheduled for July 8th with Mark Freeland for the WBA welterweight championship.
Again, Davis came up and he got nailed with a right hand.
And Davis has, to this point, has been unable to take command of this fight.
Another good right hand by Curtis Summit. Just stays on those ropes, Davis.
I can't believe what I'm seeing, Gil. I really can't. Davis is allowing Summit to dictate the fight.
Allowing him to get off. Summit just shows no respect for him whatsoever either, Sam.
And Davis looks confused. It looks like he's not sure what he wants to do. Punches coming one at a time.
I think that these body punches of Davis have been effective, though, Sam. They're bothering Curtis Summit. May have found the key now. Up, back with that left hook again. Davis has a habit of putting his head up in the air, Sam. That's when he gets nailed. Been nailed with some good punches this round.
Now it's Davis working Summit's body. Those are good body shots and a quick uppercut. But still no sustained flurries as Billy Giles had called for.
But when he waits on the ropes, that's when he gets in trouble. When he lets Summit get off the way he just did then, Sam, it looks like Summit's the dominating fight. He's the aggressor. Billy Giles has to tell Davis to stay off those ropes. Box, use that talent that he has.
Summit has been working strictly as a sparring partner over the last couple of years. Has had only 2 active fights. One in 1989, one early this year. But he sure looks competitive tonight. Time winding down in round 4. Sam Rosen and Gil Clancy ringside here at the Villa Roma. This is round 5, scheduled for 10. Aaron Davis and Curtis Summit. And how do you have it scored, Gil?
I have a 2-1-1 Summit.
I have a fight even. I gave the first 2 rounds to Summit. I gave Davis the last 2. So round 3, I agree with you, very close.
And Sam, Summit doesn't seem to have the same confidence when he get off the stool as he did in that first round. He was all keyed up in the first round. Took right off, took right over, got off first the first 2 rounds. And he's doing the same thing again, Sam.
He's still bothering Davis enough to force him back with those feints.
Sam, he's landed just about every punch this round. Oh, big right hand by Summit, right on the chin.
Davis trying to tie him up. Summit stays loose and keeps winging.
And a big left hook after that right hand too, Sam.
Davis bothered by some swelling over and under the right eye.
Sam, if he's going to stay on the ropes, he has to get low. You teach your fighters when you're inside to be lower than the other fighter. What happens to Davis? He lifts his head up to see where Summit is, and every time he does, he gets nailed.
Good right hand by Davis. Davis working well inside now. When he has Summit against the ropes, he's been banging the body beautifully, but he's allowed Summit to turn it around on him. Good combination by Summit.
Sam, Summit has pretty good defense. Keeps those hands up probably from all those years as a sparring partner. Summit is starting to breathe a little heavy though now, Sam. Little sting is going out of Summit's punches. But again, he's landing a lot more than Davis this particular round.
Just like that. Left hook got in. Davis is holding on. And Davis with the mouth open is breathing heavily too. Ooh, just missed. And Summit was angry that he missed that left hook. He growled at Davis, and again he charges in. Summit seems like he's gaining in confidence here. End of round 5.
All right, here we see Davis puts that head up in the air and bang, right on the chin. And he's back in the corner again to start this round.
Round 6. And look at Summit waving to the crowd. Summit's having a good time in there.
Now he's talking. He's winking at, talking to people. He's winking at Billy Giles.
Yeah, but he'll give away a round if he keeps doing this.
Well, he's just relaxing though, Sam, because, you know, he's in there, but Davis just isn't doing that much.
Summit just showing disdain.
Complete disdain. He has complete confidence in himself in this fight. Up to this point, Davis is going to have to land a big punch of a big combination to take the aggressiveness away from this steamroller. Because Summit's running right through him right now at the moment.
Aaron Davis putting his high world ranking on the line here in a tune-up for a title bout. And he's in serious danger of getting beaten here.
Nice combinations by Summit again, and again Davis is on the ropes.
Step back.
And Davis is breathing heavily. He's looking tired. Davis has done a lot of holding and has been warned by the referee.
Sam, it's amazing. A guy like an Aaron Davis has so many straight wins, an undefeated fighter, has a world championship fight, comes in, and he just seems so sluggish tonight. He's being out-hustled is what he's being. The other guy is not even worried about him. He's talking to the crowd, talking to everybody, getting off first all night long. You know, there's not that much in the rounds, but Summit is winning the rounds by hustling. Out-hustling Davis. There he is again. 2 punches, 3 punches, and Davis 4 punches, 5
Davis
punches.
keeps backing up, throwing 1 punch at a time. There's a combination, which Summit waved off.
And Summit is blocking a lot of those punches with his arms and elbows, Sam. Good defensive fighter.
There's the Davis that we've seen so many times.
But he's not bothering Summit at all with these punches.
But he needs to keep that up.
He absolutely has to. He's not going to win the fight laying on the ropes, and that's where he is 90% of the time. That's what he has to do. He has to use that ring. Give himself a little punching room and nail Summit.
And he'll stand in the center of the ring for a couple of seconds, then quickly back up to the ropes. Let Summit take him to the ropes.
Talk about a guy with complete disdain for his opponent.
And it's Davis who looks like the man who is confused. Good combination by Davis.
That showboating may cost the Summit, though, Sam.
He doesn't need that. Summit with a wave to the corner of Davis.
Hey, I don't want to fucking clown him. I'm just clowning him. Hey, don't get this guy to fight. Nobody likes a clown. Yeah. Hey, don't get this guy. Oh, give me this sponge. Yeah, all right, here.
Take it to him, stop clowning around, take it to him, jab back in the face. You have him, you shook it off.
Hit him with them right hands.
You start clowning, you let him get away.
Hit him
Don't
with them
let
right
him.
hands. Excuse me. Go around. Turn around.
Once again, it's Summit backing up Davis.
Throwing those combinations, Sam. And Davis just does not seem to be punching effectively.
And you heard it as soon as Summit came back into his corner. They said, stop clowning around.
Mike Capiano, the old veteran, because even though he won the round, in my opinion, the judges may be giving it to Davis for the clowning.
This is round 7. Check of your scorecard.
I have it 4-1-1. Favor of Summit.
I've got it even, Gil. I just think that I'm surprised that it's even. I think Summit's clowning may have hurt him last round. I think he should have stuck to business.
Hang on. Hang on. What?
Again, how would you like to be a Billy Giles now? Thinking of a title shot and watching this performance.
I don't know about Billy Giles. What about Aaron Davis? What must he be thinking right now?
Well, Davis right now is not thinking too much. He's worried about the guy in front of him, but the guy that's not in the action, it's believe it or not, it's tougher on him.
Let go, both of you.
There have been managers and trainers that have died of heart attacks, Sam, during fights.
Aren't you glad?
As a Charles manager for one.
Aren't you glad you're sitting here?
Absolutely, Sam. But in the meanwhile, I'm watching Summit outpunch Davis 3-1. Now, if Summit didn't do this clowning, he would win these rounds easily. But now he's just there. He's allowing Davis to throw, well, really not effective punches.
This is back to the sparring partner mentality. When he sits there and lets Davis take command. Davis tried to drop in a big right hand.
All right, but at least he got the leverage on that punch. He got the distance. He missed, but he got the distance. Now he's holding. Davis shouldn't be holding. He should be trying to dominate this guy.
And again, he lets Summit back him up.
Lets him take the play away, Sam. Now he just spun Summit around. Let's see what he does.
And the referee, Harry Papakarolumbus. Call him Harry Pop for short.
Davis falls for every feint that Summit throws, whether it's with his feet, his hands, whatever. Davis falls for every single feint. Maybe that first left hook hurt him, and he still remembers that.
But this is where Davis needs to be. He needs to be in control, then he lets Summit turn it around on him.
Davis's skill is starting to come through now, Sam. He's throwing short little punches. He just hurt Davis with that short little left hook to the body.
Hurt Summit.
Yeah, Summit, excuse me. Davis hurt Summit.
But there you saw something where Davis was on the ropes momentarily, and he pushed Summit across, and that's what he needs to do to take charge of things. Time winding down in the 7th round.
Punch away. Punch away.
Round 8 scheduled for 10. Aaron Davis in the red sequin trunks. Curtis Summit in the black trunks.
Watch Summit feints with those feet, and Davis falls for that feint every time he allows Summit to get off. If Joey Fariello is watching this and Davis does get the win and has the fight with Breland, he ought to have Breland stamping around like a Mexican dancer.
Curtis Summit a little less active in the last couple of rounds.
Fight's up for grabs right now, Sam. And Davis should certainly want it a lot more than Curtis Summit.
Summit doing a good job here.
Well, he's scoring points, Sam. He's busy. Throwing 7, 8 punches without a return. 9, 10. Summit's punches are ineffective, though, Sam. He just isn't sharp. When Davis does throw a bunch, he's got a lot more on it. See, Summit's missing and Davis is landing.
Just surprised to have seen Aaron Davis back up so much in this fight. Summit just missed with that right hand.
But look at the way he was able to get off with it, Sam. Didn't have to pay a penalty, missed the punch, nobody counter-punched him. That's where Davis is hurting Summit, to the body.
Davis has tried to dig that left hook in, but not enough.
Come on, punch, punch.
Hasn't done anything to make Summit respect him.
He hasn't dominated any round, Sam. Every round has been, there's a good left hook by Summit right on the chin. Every round has been a close round. We're making some strange scoring in this fight. Now Davis is starting to look more busted up, Sam.
His heads are rubbing together.
Let go of those
Summit's
hands.
landing punches on the inside.
Come on, punch away.
Referee's done a good job. He's let him fight on the inside.
Good hold and hit. Good hold and hit.
Davis is hurting Summit. Those shots to the body.
Flurry that looked good. Most of it landed on the gloves. Davis trying to steal this round with those flurries. Here comes the bell ending round 8. 9th round.
And here's Davis backing up. He's trying to box now, Davis.
Scorecard, Gil?
I have it 4-3-1 Summit. But again, the rounds are so close, Sam. There hasn't been really a dominant round by either fighter.
Davis opening up with his best flurry as he digs punches.
And he got nailed with a good left hook in the meanwhile. But at least he gave himself a little punching room. Use that boxing ability that he has.
Right eye of Aaron Davis is swollen. About a third shot. I've got Davis ahead 5-3, Gil, because some of those close rounds I've just given him a little bit of an edge.
Again, it's very, very close, Sam, and I think if either guy could really go out and dominate now, he'd be the winner in this fight. I think it's up for grabs. And Davis is holding. Summit's content to let him hold. But again, Summit's the aggressor. Look, he's mauling Davis now, Sam.
Should remind our viewers that scoring in New York is done on a 10-point system, 10-point must.
And there hasn't been a 2-point round in the fight.
No. We're just going, giving a quick round breakdown. By points, I've got Davis ahead by 2, and Gil's got him ahead. I have Summit ahead by 1.
By 1 point. Good left hook by Summit.
Left hook landed.
And here's Davis holding again. That eye's just about closed now, Sam. He's holding. Now it's up to Summit if he wants to be the aggressor and really take over. Then they just banged heads.
That right eye is now swollen, halfway shut.
And Summit just spoke to his corner. They told him what to do, and he said, yes, sir. I'll be sure to do that. You can see that. There's that left hook to the body again. That hurts Summit again.
Davis has been effective with his body shots when he's thrown them.
A lot of them are blocked by the elbows of Summit, but when he does get one in, Summit winces. You can see the effect of the punch.
And Davis just leaning on Summit. Did not throw much. Threw one punch on the break.
All right, now there goes Davis backing up and Summit right after him. But this time Davis stood his ground. That's what he should have been doing all along. And he's getting banged out pretty good now, Sam.
Good flurry by Summit. Davis trying to answer back. Davis still sitting on the ropes.
And Davis is showing signs of life now, though, Sam.
Good hand speed by Davis. That's always been his trademark. But Davis looking very tired. He's taking some deep breaths.
Getting nailed, Sam.
Summit, not a big puncher, has not hurt Davis.
Good left hook by Summit.
And the end of the 9th.
Let's go. Don't look back. Keep pulling your head up. You got to keep going. You can't grab him, boy. This fight is close. You need this round so bad. You don't know.
Ready to go another hard round? Yeah. Because you're going to need that motherfucker. Breathe out of the mouth.
You need this round bad, boy. You know how bad you need it?
Last round coming up for me. Right?
I want you to go fight like an animal. Don't back up, no nothing. Go for broke. You got to go for broke now.
Let's sit back.
You understand?
Wait.
You got to go for broke in this one. I mean, it's
Breathe out of the mouth.
You can give me 3 minutes? Give it to me.
Give you the nose. Let's reach on it. You need this 3. You got to swing.
And there is Curtis Summit, who's put up quite a battle for a man who had to have been perceived as a walkover. Man who's fought only 2 competitive bouts. Only 3 competitive bouts in almost 4 years.
Well, Billy Giles told Davis, you really need this round. You don't know how bad you need this round. You're going to back this guy up the whole way. Don't back up yourself. So right away, Summit put him in a corner and really nailed him with a couple of good shots.
He's landed a good left hook and a good straight right.
Sam, it looks like Davis is pretty much, he's going to have to really, he's getting nailed pretty good.
Summit is the man going for it.
And is he going for it? He's hurting Davis now. Another big left hook.
Aaron Davis, who's got a title fight scheduled in about 6 weeks.
He really nailed Davis with some good, solid punches then. And again, another left hook to Davis is fighting strictly on guts now. Very tired man. Another left hook by Summit. The Summit must have known something that we didn't know, because he's been winking at the crowd. He's been confident in the opening bell.
He's had a good time in there. No one expecting him to do anything, and he walks in and is given Aaron Davis.
There's Davis pulling that head back again. That's a big mistake that he makes.
A tremendous scare thrown into Aaron Davis, at least, if not a victory for Curtis Summit. Very close fight.
Davis won. Summit won the first minute of this round real big, Sam. Now Davis is coming back a little bit, but he's not landing the punches. Now at least he's backing Summit up.
And Summit turns it around on him.
Every time he gets Davis on the ropes. There's that head being pulled back, Sam. He's just very lucky that he didn't get nailed again. You can't get higher than the other guy when you're inside. Look at this Summit coming at him.
Davis is very tired.
Another left hook by Summit. High on the head.
Davis breathing heavily through the mouth.
But he's still firing though, Sam. All the courage in the world.
Davis landing that uppercut inside.
Sam, he's going to have a big 40 seconds because he's been backing up and he's been battered this round pretty good.
Davis trying to rally.
He's going to have to rally.
Now here's a tough fight for Davis, Gil. Even if he wins, can he bounce back in 7 weeks' time to fight Freeland?
Yes, he can. He's a young guy and he can.
Summit swung and missed and almost fell down.
Well, he's dead tired too. He gave it all that first minute, but they're both tired. Here comes Summit at him though.
Final seconds of the fight. And they finish with a flurry. All right. How'd you score it, Joe?
I have Summit winning the fight, Sam.
I scored it for Davis, 96-94. I think it's going to be very close. I would not be surprised to hear a split decision. Might even be a draw. I'll tell you, this
our guest,
tough one to call.
Our guest announcer, Leland Hardy, also has it for Summit, Sam, but very close.
1 point, yeah. Aaron Davis very tired. Above us, there's Curtis Summit. He looks the fresher of the two. The swelling on the right eye of Aaron Davis. He caught a left hook in the first round, and it bothered him the rest of the fight. Summit pushed Davis around with disdain throughout the fight, as if he had no knowledge of Aaron Davis being a contender, a top contender at all.
From the opening bell, Sam. From the opening bell. He was the active guy. He was certainly the aggressor the entire night. Now it's up to the judges.
Billy Giles above us, shaking his head in disbelief. Horrible, he says. Horrible.
Well,
let's see what happens. Can't believe Aaron Davis fought as badly as he did. This is probably the worst fight. We've seen so many of Aaron Davis's fights from the start of his career and back through the amateurs. This is probably the worst I've seen him fight.
Well, let's see if he escapes with the decision and retains his title fight. But that's what I was talking about. You take a risk every time you go in there.
Ed Darian has the cards and the announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, the scoring by points as follows. Judge Billy Costello observed it 97-91. Judge Wayne Rosen, he watched it at 97-96. And Judge Shane Shahinyan, he scored it 98-92. For the winner by unanimous decision, and for his 29th straight win,
it's Aaron Davis. And you can hear the reaction of the crowd. The scoring not as close as we thought. One judge did score a 1-point victory for Davis, but two other judges, Shane Shahinyan and Billy Costello, giving Davis a 6-point victory, which I got to disagree with a little bit. I did feel Davis won the fight, but certainly not by a large margin. A good effort on the part of Curtis Summit. And he says, what? What kind of decision is that? Aaron Davis remains undefeated, though he is scared. In Callicoon, New York, where